Hello everybody, thank you for tuning in to another Cup of Tech. It's been a huge week this week in technology. There was quite a few things that went on. First of all, this background that you're seeing was supplied by Joel. His Twitter handle is here. Make sure you check him out. He takes some pretty cool shots. If you want to submit your own picture to be on the wall for Cup of Tech, send it through on my Twitter account or through Facebook, and I'll give my email address if you need it, and you can be on the show, literally on the show. Let's get to it. So the biggest one this week, one of the biggest ones, WWDC was on, the big Apple event. They spoke about a whole bunch of things, but one particular thing which I paid a lot of interest in, iOS 7. iOS 7 is real, is here. You can download the beta now if you're a developer and whatnot, whatever. But some key things which have happened. Whole new design, it looks very different. It looks like it's a flat design, but the colors have changed. The design has changed a little bit as well. Things like the keyboard, for example, is somewhat translucent. You can actually see what's happening in the background behind it. All of the apps have a different feel. The core apps have a different look and feel to it. They've kind of kept a style which goes through the whole phone, the whole device. It actually feels like one. When you go into one app, it doesn't feel like you've left completely all of iOS completely. It's kind of really well put together. Some big things in there. They've created depth. When you actually look at the screen, you can sort of see depth within the wallpaper and the icons. There's sort of that, it's hard to explain without showing you, but you'll see it here. You know, things like Siri and Game Center, it all sort of looks the same now. That's the biggest one. Now the weather app has been completely upgraded, but if you've got whatever Apple device you've got right now, download Yahoo Weather and you get a very good experience. It's very similar to what they've done. Now, the camera's been updated, some not so much new features. They've added filters and things like that, but they've just changed the design, the way it works as well. Some easy swipe gestures to get into things. iTunes Radio became reality. Now it is more like last.fm if you check that out, or it does play like an online radio stream, so you don't have complete control of what you listen to, but you have some influence over it, but only available in the US anyway, so you know, if you're in the US you can check it out. The Control Center, Apple Control Center is now real as well. It feels a little bit like Android in that you've got quick access to things like Bluetooth and Wi-Fi controls. Before you had to go into settings to do those things. And that's really nice to see. They've really changed that. The multitasking has changed as well. It's a lot more like, again, other OSs, but you can swipe to close apps, and the windows actually have some sort of meaning, whereas before it was just icons that you were just double clicking back into. The updating of the way it's going to do the multitasking is smarter as well. So with Facebook, for example, say you always check Facebook when you wake up at 7 a.m. Well, Facebook will automatically update for you at, say, 6:59, so that when you go into it, you don't have to pull down the tab to refresh it. It will already be up to date. And again, it's going to be using Wi-Fi to make sure it gets the updates and things like that for you without using as much battery life as it does on 3G. Interesting stuff. AirDrop is now a feature as well. AirDrop is similar to WiDi transfers, a little bit like S-Beam on the Galaxies if you've got one. However, it uses Bluetooth rather than NFC to make the pairing. Now that's kind of smarter in some ways because NFC has a shorter range, so you have to actually get quite close with your phone, whereas Bluetooth you can search within, say, a 10-meter radius of yourself. Safari has been updated, but I'm not going to pay a lot of attention to Safari because I use Chrome on the iPhone and iPad. And if you don't use it, I suggest you do. It's a much better browsing experience straight up. Siri's been updated. It kind of searches things like Wikipedia, Twitter now. It can actually control your phone a little bit better, so you can tell it to turn on your Bluetooth and it will. But again, I don't use Siri a lot, so I'm not going to talk about it too much either. One big thing they've changed, which I hope doesn't carry across to any other phones, I hope no one actually copies this, the cellular signal, so the signal bars that you normally are used to, they've changed it to dots. Now, I'm sorry, but that looks completely ridiculous. I really, really hope that other manufacturers don't follow suit on this one. Please don't. It's like these dots in the corner. It looks like it's offline. It's like a flat line. I don't like it. Really don't like it. That's literally, for me, my iOS 7 update for you guys. I did write an article about it. Definitely go check it out to read more as well. We also, really quick, I want to touch on this one, we also saw a new Mac Pro. Now, the Mac Pro is definitely the computer which Apple makes for people who work at Pixar. They're the ones who are doing the really hardcore video editing. really, really hardcore image editing and stuff like that. Not for this, not for YouTubers particularly, but it's beautiful. It actually looks like this amazing, I'm calling it a jet engine. It just sits there, beautiful. It looks so great. It's gonna have so much power as well. I mean, you know, I was reading about it, it just looks insane. Will I ever be able to afford one? Probably not, but it just looks great, and it's kind of nice to see someone doing something different besides just the regular box that you're used to seeing on desktops. That's all on that one. And then a skip from phones now into gaming. E3 was on this week, and Xbox and PlayStation had to come out, or Microsoft and Sony had to come out with their consoles and really show them off and really make sure that everyone knew what was coming and when to get them and how much it's going to cost and things like that. The pricing had me a little bit shocked. You know, PlayStation 3 when it first came out was like $1,000 in Australia, $1,000, and people lined up for it still. So I kind of assumed that PS4 and Xbox One would again be super expensive and not surprising in that situation, but they've come up in Australia around the $500 mark. Both of them have, which is really interesting to see. In the US it's slightly different, a bit lower obviously, but that was really interesting to see. It kind of has me wondering whether, if I was planning to budget for one at 1,000, then if they're both $500 each, maybe you could get just both of them, right, instead of the one, maybe. The games were shown off, some amazing games. Now, one of the interesting things that I noticed though is that there seems to be a lot more exclusive games on Xbox than there is on PlayStation, well, particularly ones that I'm interested in. And you're looking at the games, the demos, and you can really see how, you know, game developers are harnessing the power of these consoles already. You know, things like reflections and mirror effects and things like that. It's the detail which they've added. The games look and perform somewhat similarly to what I'm used to when I watch the gameplay stuff, but then you notice the detail a lot more, and that looks really, really incredible. I'm so excited to see what it feels like. I want to play them, I want to get my own hands on with them, I want them to come and be reality. We're looking at November to be able to buy them, and it's going to be super exciting. In terms of looks, the PS4 was kind of revealed, this is what it looks like. And imagine the Xbox One but in italics. It's just kind of tilted a little bit, but you know, I think the controller, for example, on the PS4 is starting to look a bit clunky, and I don't like it as much as the Xbox One. Personally, at the moment, I'm leaning towards Xbox One. Tell me which one you think you're going to buy at launch, or if at all. Maybe you're happy with a Wii U, maybe, or not. And that's really my little wrap from E3. Well, boom, cup is empty, and now I did say last week, tell me what you want to see more of. You guys seem pretty happy with the show, which is great. Next week I may be able to announce a giveaway, or they'll probably announce it during the week, so stay tuned to the website. Follow me on Twitter if you don't already, because I kind of post more stuff there, especially little updates as well. And if I am going to be doing a giveaway, which I can't confirm for you right now, but if I am, I'll announce it on Twitter first. So make sure you follow me on Twitter, check out the Facebook page, because the giveaway will be run on Facebook like last time, and it's going to be a big one if I can get it to go ahead, because it's something which isn't actually available in Australia yet. So I'll leave that with it. Thanks guys, we'll see you next week. Bye.